great Monday and welcome to the Coach Show, where women life and business coaches come to be educated, equipped, and empowered to coach with confidence and lead with transformational power. Join me, Coach P, right here on the Life and Business Coach campus every Monday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time to package your brilliance, optimize your performance, and bring harmony to your life.
Hello, hello, hello. Great Tuesday to everyone out there. Equipped, empowered, poised, and positioned to move those who are ready to move is my ultimate mission. I wake up every day determined to make a difference in my assigned place. You see, my purpose, my passion, my focus is to take each one of you who are willing to go from where you are to where you want to be. I am Coach Pamela Lue-Hing, better known as Coach P, and I am coming to you today to talk about finishing your assignment. So with that, I came last week. I did a live on Gotta Do Something, right? And that was inspired by my mom. And as some of you may know, many of you may not know, I am a caregiver for my mom. And she was so very inspiring in that moment where she didn't have much strength, but yet she turned anyway. And had made a movement that I hadn't seen her do in quite some time, right? And that's what inspired the Gotta Do Something, because in that moment she said, gotta do something. Hello there, AP. So great to see you, AP Cherise. Thank you. And so with that being said, I was talking to one of my dear friends and sisters out of Detroit, Carol, and she shared one morning a message by one of her former apostles. He's gone to heaven now, but Apostle V.B. Washington. And she said his very last sermon was called Finish Your Assignment. And so that's why I'm inspired today to bring that to you about finishing your assignment. What does that mean to finish your assignment? Have we lost sight of the assignment, right? And so as I share with you today, grab your notebook and pen, because I've got some good stuff here for you today. And when God gives us something to do, are we in alignment with that something? Whatever that something is, whatever God has put on your heart to do, whatever He has placed in your vision, in your dreams, whatever He's laid on you. Are you doing that? Are you operating in that assignment? And so that's really what today is all about. So as we define the assignment, your assignment is that calling. It's the work, it's the voice, it's the program, it's the book, the movement that you've been given. And now is the time, more than any time ever. Now is the time to carry out your assignment. Why? Because there is so much happening in this world. And as we see, tomorrow is not promised. And so today is the day that you've got to decide exactly what that assignment is and decide what you need to do to carry it out. So it's not in the task list, however. It's the purpose behind the task list. And that's what I'm calling out to you today, to really think about, what is the purpose behind the task list? So every coach, every speaker, every author has an assignment. So the question is, are you finishing it? Are you finishing your assignment? So with that being said, even when you have limited strength, even when there's so much going on, so much vying for your attention out there, so many distractions, are we staying in the fight? Are we really focused on making things happen? And in that moment last week when Mama reached for that bar, she focused in. And as she focused in on that bar, she said, gotta do something. After I said to her, look, Mommy is so strong. She had not made a move like that in a long time. So I celebrated that moment, but I celebrated even more so because she was able to vocalize and make it very clear that in that moment, she had to do that something. And so Many of us have full capacity, yet we're still delaying what God has told us to start and or to finish, right? So your assignment is truly waiting on you. And there are three truths about finishing your assignment. Um, your assignment, first of all, is optional. God doesn't give optional purposes. He doesn't. Your assignment isn't optional. However, you do have an option whether or not you choose to act on it. That's how gracious God is. He gives us choices, but his purpose really is not optional. It's not. It's a given mandate on your life that you are given to fulfill. Your charge, your responsibility. And yes, we make mistakes. I can raise off both hands, 10 toes, and I borrow some other people's feet to talk about how many mistakes I've made in the past. However, that's in the past, right? That's in the past. So we learn from the past and we move forward. So you've got to really embrace the fact that your purpose, your assignment is not optional. It's not optional. Not if you choose to live a fulfilling life and choose, first of all, to please him, right? Number two, distractions will always compete. Always compete. Just ask me. ADHD. Ask me at its finest. Life, business, overwhelm, comparison. Oh, let's not talk about the comparison game, right? Where we're comparing, oh my goodness, can I ever be like she is on the live? That's me, right? Can I ever go viral? Can I ever, you know, develop an audience? Can all those types of things, right? Are distractions from what God is calling us to do. Your purpose doesn't wait for convenience, it waits for obedience. And that's what it's all about, being obedient to the call. And then last but not least, in terms of your truths, your assignment is so much bigger than you. And if I'm looking this way, it's because I am live. We're going live right now. We're on LinkedIn, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and on Instagram. So again, your assignment is so much bigger than you. People are waiting for what you're supposed to release. They're waiting for it. They may not know they're waiting for it, but they're waiting for it. Your program, again, your event, your book that has been laying dormant. Maybe you've been writing on it and you've just not followed up and published it. Your content, it's someone else's breakthrough. It's someone else's survival guide, as I've heard before, right? And so it's so important that we really embrace the fact that our assignment is so much bigger than ourselves. When we get up every day, we think it's about us, but it's not truly about us. It's really about what God is calling us to do. So I want to call you to task today. I'm going to call you to task. Now, let me say this, and I'll preface my remarks by saying it's not easy to fulfill these assignments, is it? It is not easy. And so we need a game plan. So what's the game plan, Coach Pete? Action step one. We're going to take you step one. Step one is to identify the one assignment that you have been avoiding. That's the very first thing I want you to do today. Okay. Identify the one assignment that you have been avoiding. So let me go ahead and post this right here. Please talk back to me in comments. Would love to hear your thoughts on this. Okay. So that's the first one. Identify the one assignment that you've been avoiding. And you probably thought of it right away, didn't you? As soon as I said, you're like, that's me. I'm guilty, right? That one assignment. So in that one assignment, what is that assignment? Is that assignment, say, a book? I keep talking about books. Yes, I keep talking about books. Is it a book? Again, is it a launch of a program that you've been working on? And it's like, okay, is it perfect? Do I have all the I's dotted? Do I have all the T's crossed? Is it perfect? Right? It doesn't have to be perfect. You just got to finish the assignment, right? So is it the program that you've created that people are waiting for? It is the content that people need to hear. Being live. Now, I hadn't gone live in a while. I did my first live last week. I've been playing replays. I've done lives for a very long time. I had tons of recordings. So I've been doing a lot of replays. But for me to get up and come in and sit and do it live, it's a whole nother talk show. So maybe y'all feeling like I do, right? But I had to realize I'm not the only one who needs to take this action Someone needs to hear what God has given to me, right? And I need to fulfill my assignment. This is part of my assignment. So that's step one. Step two is to choose one next step, not the whole staircase, not the whole staircase, not the whole shebang. So in the next 24 hours, what step are you going to take? Okay. So that is number two. Choose one step. Okay. So if it is your book, have you outlined your chapters in your book? Right? Have you outlined the chapters if it's your book? If it's your program, have you outlined your curriculum, your modules? Have you done your research for those modules? Right? Okay. Very, very important. So that one step, go ahead and write that down. What are you going to do within the next 24 hours? All right. And then step three, make it publicly known. Let somebody know so that you can be accountable. Tell somebody, write it down, and then apply pressure to your purpose. Apply the pressure, because if we don't apply the pressure, something else will win our attention every time. And so it's so important to let someone know who's going to support your vision, to support that goal. Okay. So that's step three. Step three, allow me to post it for you. You can write it down, make it public. Okay. So step one, what was step one? Step one was to identify that one assignment that you've been avoiding. Step two is to identify that next step, that one next step that you've got to take, not the whole showcase, not the whole mountain, right? We're just going to take one step at a time. And then next, make it public. Let people know. Be accountable to what God is calling you to do, okay? To finish that assignment. And so with that being said, please share in chat. What is it that you're going to do in the next 24 hours to get you one step closer to fulfilling your assignment? Your assignment is your responsibility. It really is. Your movement can't start if you don't finish. It just can't. The movement, when we talk about a movement, that is where there is energy, there's synergy, there's connection with others, there is excitement around the vision, right? And your movement, again, can't start if you don't finish the assignment. And last but not least, you weren't called to halfway greatness. You were called to finish, not halfway. So we got to get it done. So I want you to again drop in chat, what assignment do you need to finish today? Go ahead and put it in chat for me. Would love to know, would love to support you. Please go ahead and put it in chat. And if you're ready to finish your assignment with clarity, structure, systems, and confidence, then I need you to join me tonight, because tonight is our author showcase. And it's all about the inspiration. It's about finishing the assignment. The 5 dynamic coaches that I'll be bringing to you tonight, where some of them are launching their books for the first time. Some have already written books before, and they have some new books as well. And so I'm excited to bring to you tonight 5 dynamic authors. And if you've ever dreamt of writing a book, if you're just about there and you need some inspiration to just step over that hurdle, jump over that hurdle, then tonight is your night to come. We're going live. We will be live on YouTube. We will be live on LinkedIn. We'll be live on Facebook. We won't be live on Instagram. However, I'm going to invite you to come on over to YouTube and share, celebrate, learn, and be inspired by these incredible coaches. So again, thank you so much for joining me. Finish the assignment. There are people who are waiting on you to finish your assignment, and you need to finish your assignment for you. Yeah, for you too. That fulfillment, that yearning of being fulfilled happens when we finish our assignment. So with that being said, I look forward to seeing you tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join us live again on YouTube, LinkedIn, or my Facebook page. All right. So look forward to seeing you there. Have a great one. And until next week, bye-bye.